Yo, guys, wanted to get a quick video up here on the YouTube because I'm going to be traveling a little bit this week. So as you guys know, what does that mean for the markets? Probably some crazy shit. Fingers crossed. In my favor, of course. But want to get a quick video out here because I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow. Maybe, but want to get a video out regardless. So let's just talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum primarily. We had our weekly close here, which also happened to be the end of the month of June. That happened as well just recently here. So we had a big monthly close, which also happens to be a quarterly close. So quarterly candle just closed. Here's a quarterly chart on Bitcoin. Okay. So we'll go down to the weekly here. So to me, this looks pretty good still. We had get our shit back here, sorry. Then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do, what am I going to do? Everybody calm yourself. Okay. We had our weekly breaker. I sound like a broken record because I've been talking about this for so long, but sweep of the low, up candle before it, broke market structure to the upside, came in, swept these lows right into the breaker, 20% candle the other way. So to me, I still would like to see price trade up to here. Now, I don't think you need to be greedy. Like if you longed a shitload of stuff down here, we had a 20% move to the upside. It's okay to take some profits, right? On like any sort of swing trades, even some spot. But I do still think that this is the drawn price above us here. We swept this yearly high. It's a weekly bearish SFP, failing to close above it. So maybe we get a little bit of a pullback before another leg up. Another thing you can consider here is if we're mirroring this price action, right? So breaker, up leg. We have a breaker right here. Exact same thing playing out. So if we're mirroring that, then one could say, okay, well, we created the breaker, moved up huge, then we had a couple of weeks of sideways, then we got the next leg. So maybe we get a couple of weeks of sideways, and then we get the next leg up that clears out this high. I don't know. But for now, I think high time frame, I'm still bullish. I see no reason not to be. Until we're, like this low seems like, your obvious invalidation here on the high time frame. So any sort of pullbacks even into this newly formed breaker here, right? Up candle for the down move that ran the low, broke market structure upside. Any sort of pullbacks into here, in my opinion, is a long. So if you aren't positioned yet, maybe you do not want to long up here. I think this 28,200 area is where I would look if we are going to get a significant correction. Or if we're just going to go sideways, we might just have something like this where it's just a couple weeks of sideways and you got to get long on a low time frame if you want to catch that next pop. But 32 still seems like the target for me. I'm personally, however, more interested in Ethereum than I am in Bitcoin. And the reason being is we have Ethereum BTC here on the weekly. We're in the lower part of this large multi-year range, okay? We have a huge move up to the top of the range. Now we're retracing and we're right into a fair value gap from here to here, right? Right into a fair value gap. We also have swept this low on the weekly and we're in the lower part of the range. If I put my regular fib on, this is the OTE that we're in right here, okay? Sorry about that, guys. Weekly SFP. So this leads me to believe that I think if we do have continued upside, and maybe Bitcoin is just going to go sideways, Ethereum and potentially some other altcoins are going to be the higher beta plays on that upside potential. So Ethereum BTC, right? We SFP'd the low. I had this drawn out as a pullback into here and then continuation. It looks like it might just want to go up. We still could come back down, run this low, and then go up. But the bottom line is I think this is a low now. And I think that this moves at least up into here, and then again, more targets, and then the mid-range, right? So potentially a large correction, still, potentially just corrective of this leg, and then maybe it goes down again. I don't know. But I think that this is going to be, of this down leg, we're going to have a decent retracement here, and we're in the process of doing that, which makes me like Ethereum more. So if you guys are on Telegram, you guys know that I'm long Ethereum. I teed you guys up the long in there, telling you exactly where I was looking. We had this sweep happen yesterday, or earlier today, and then a push up. You could potentially bring your stop up to here, because I want this to go up from here. Otherwise, this can come back down, way down, and I don't really want to get stopped out. So that is an option. I might do that. I might trail my stop up to here now, just in case, because if we do come below this wick, I can get a better entry, right? So might do that. But I still think Ethereum looks poised for the yearly highs, right? Run below the low, broke market structure on this weekly close today. Even if we pull back a little, I still think we make a new yearly high here relatively soon on Ethereum. So I'm long, and I teed you guys up on that one. So hopefully some of you caught that with me. If you're looking for, full-on signals, like stop entry target, like you see here in advance, like I gave you guys this one on a platter, right? I'm buying any sort of move to 1900. There it is, right? But if you want stop entry target and more from me, I do all of that in the Haven now. But I still post a ton of great stuff on YouTube and in my Telegram. But if you want, the full-on signal, that's where you get it. I also took a long on Litecoin because I think LTC BTC looks good here, right? So we had this big SFP, right, into demand here. I think this was monthly OB, big monthly SFP into a monthly OB, right? Now we have a breaker here. Excuse me. So as long as LTC BTC is holding above this breaker, I like LTC USD on the long side for a move up. So those are the longs I'm in right now. I'm also in this long. I posted this one on Twitter, and it's just moving very slowly. But it's percolating a little bit now, right? Remember, I posted this, I think, back on June 24th, back here. So this is May's low, and this is May's high. And the entire setup was basically framed on BTC, right? So if you look at May's low and high here on BTC, here's May's low, here's May's high, and then you zoom in, right? Trade below, reclaim, trade to the high. That's exactly what the logic was and the setup was here. Here's May's low, here's the reclaim, target May's high. And I'm just using this 12-hour order block as my entry. Stop below there. Right? Now that we've MSB'd here, this becomes a new breaker. So I now want to see price hold above here, right? And push up. This is my first target. Then the ideal target is, all the way to May's high there. So I'm going to hold on to these longs for now. I might tighten up my stops, but I'm going to hold these because if we don't go up from here, I'm looking down here on Ethereum, so 1760 to 1720, and I'm looking down here on Bitcoin, 28.2. So if we don't go up from now, I think we fall significantly lower. And, I don't need to take this full stop out potentially because I can long, 10% lower than here. But ideally, if this is really bullish, this was your pullback right here. Shallow as fuck. Anyone waiting for this deep retrace, just like I was on Bitcoin. Remember, guys, I was waiting for that deep pullback here. The dip below, I was waiting to get long here. I got front run just a little bit and it ripped. So to me, if this is really bullish, it's front running this zone by a mile and it just rips. That's the ideal situation. Looking at the dollar, technically bullish, right? So weekly range is down, swept, looks like a lower high, but we're into weekly demand here. We have a 12-hour break in structure, the upside, higher low, boom. So now we have another 12-hour range right here. And we just swept this low. So this is going to continue to go up. You want to see it hold this low here. Because I'm long Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'd actually like to see this roll over and then potentially trade deeper into here. But for now, this is in an uptrend, so that's something to be aware of. And to that end, both Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's a bearish H12 SFP. This is also a bearish H12 SFP. So something to keep in mind. With the dollar being in an uptrend technically, and both of those putting in SFPs bearishly, what I would be watching, right, is any sort of market structure break to the downside on like the hourly. Market structure break below here, probably below here. Yeah, below like here. If we get below there on the hourly, start looking ugly, I might cut. We'll see. But I want to see everything push up, and I want dollar to preferably drop a little further because I really want to TP this long at the yearly highs. I don't want to have to cut it and then look for another entry. I feel like I got a good entry on this flush. So I'd like to see it go up. We'll see though. Bearish SFPs, dollar in an uptrend. So be cautious. I'll do my best to update you guys. I'm going to be out of town for a couple of days, going down to the States for 4th of July. And then I'm going back home for my birthday, which is coming up very soon, in a few days. So I'm going to spend time with family. I will have my laptop. Thank God I have it back. But I might not be as active as usual, but I'll try and get some video updates out in lieu of streams or something like that. All right, guys. So what else can I look at here quickly? I think it's a holiday tomorrow anyways, right? Because the day before 4th of July, so I don't even know if the markets are open, but markets look crazy strong. My thesis on this has been, as long as it's holding above this old high, it's bullish, right? Because as you can see in these previous examples, trade above the high and then back below, nukes, right? Above the high, back below, nukes. Above the high, back below, nukes. So as long as it's holding above here, I don't think you need to be bearish. And super high time frame, again, this is a weekly uptrend here. So no reason to be super bearish. I'd still like to see it run this high though. If this is the end of the uptrend and then we're gonna have a big correction, I still want to see it, get above this high first. But still lots of narrative power with the ETFs. I think the next news cycle that we're really gonna see is ETF submissions, denials, resubmissions, and back and forth and shit like that. And then, maybe there's a denial and then they redo it and resubmit it. I think that's going to dominate the narrative for a while. But, some sort of ETF approval winding up with having could be pretty interesting, right? Okay, guys. So, yeah, that's all I got for you now. Quick update. I'll try and do another update maybe Tuesday, something like that. But I hope everyone had a great weekend. If you're Canadian like me, I hope you had a great Canada Day. And if you're American, looking forward to celebrating 4th of July with y'all. And to all my other followers around the world, appreciate y'all. If you want to help me out, the best way to support me, guys, interact with my social media posts. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, obviously, Twitch, Kick, every single platform that you can think of. Follow me there, like my tweets, retweet them, comment on them, come hang out in the Discord, message, join the Telegram. It's in my pinned tweet. All my information is on my website, tradermayne.com. If you want more education from me, complete breakdown of my system, trade signals, things like that, you can find the information for the Haven. And it's not just me. There's, guys like Loma and CBS in there as well, really some killers. You can check that out. The Haven, all that information is on my website as well in the description of this video. And obviously shout out to the sponsors of these Markets with Mayne videos, Prime XBT. So if you want to support me that way, best way to do it, use that Prime XBT link, input code Mayne50 before you deposit any cash, get that deposit bonus, and trade there. You can trade crypto, obviously. You can trade commodities like gold, natural gas, Forex pairs, all no KYC with crypto. All right, guys, thanks so much. As always, chat y'all later. Peace.